Hey, what's up, guys? Go ahead, subscribe, and like this video. So, in this video, I'm going to talk about how I was able to take my 11-minute 1.5 mile time down to a 9-minute 50-second 1.5 mile time. So, it did take me 1 month to accomplish this. So, I was able to shave off about 1 minute and 10 seconds off my 1.5 mile time. And when it comes down to, training for a 1.5 mile run, you have to have a very strong endurance ability. And so you have to focus on, at the beginning, a lot more training on endurance besides speed work. Because if you do speed work early on, you're not going to have the endurance to maintain that speed to get a fast time. And that's something I had to learn, because at the beginning, I was just trying to go as fast as I could for the 1.5 mile time. And I was getting 11 minutes, 20 seconds, 11 minutes, 30 seconds. And I was completely exhausted and gassed out at the end of the run. And so I was just like, at that moment, I was like, I don't know how I could shave off, a minute, because I could barely run this. So I did some research. And then I realized the best thing for me to do is build my aerobic foundation. So training in zone 2 cardio. Zone 2 cardio is like you're running, but you could still have a full conversation with somebody at the same time. So you're not, like basically exerting yourself too much. So like that's part of the main thing. And you could do some cross training with Stairmaster. I was doing about 30 minutes on the Stairmaster, and then also the assault bike if you have one at a gym. An assault bike, you move your arms and your legs at the same time while you're moving. That's going to help build your VO2 max or your endurance ability when you're running. And so I did this for about a month. I was averaging about 20 miles each week. Now, don't start off with that much, because I didn't start off with 20 miles. I started off with like 5 miles one week and then 10 miles one week. And just to let you know, I came from not running, so I did a lot of more bodybuilding stuff. But if you don't run that much, you're going to have to do it slowly, because if you start running too much mileage at the beginning, you're going to most likely have tendon pain, potential injuries, and things like that. So I would just say focus on gradually increasing your mileage each week, and, listen to your body. So if your body feels like, if you ran like 2 miles and your body just feels like it can't go any further, listen to it, incrementally increase the mileage. So in terms of how many miles I would run probably around 2 miles. I average probably about 2 miles a day. Now, I also walked probably about a mile too. So that, is like low impact. And by the end of the month, then you can start doing tempo runs or, tempo runs and speed runs to try to get the times you want. Now, this is going to be really good to kind of gauge your ability. Now, you weren't like, if you're doing zone 2 training, you're not really training speed, you're training endurance. So you might not be fast, but you will probably have more endurance. So it's going to automatically increase your time to be faster significantly. And then when you use your speed bike, how I would use the speed bike to improve my speed was I would do intervals where I'm going all out on the assault bike full speed, and then I'm just going at a regular tempo speed. And that helped me run or almost sprint the last, go really fast the last half mile of the 1.5 mile run. Another tip for running the 1.5 mile run is to not start off very fast. So gradually warm up your legs throughout the run. So don't just start sprinting. Conserve that energy. So once you reach that 1 mile mark, you should be accelerating your speed significantly, and that's going to allow you to shave off a lot of time. Now, you guys can try, different strategies, but that specific strategy worked for me and allowed me to get a 9 minute and 50-second time. And I'm still working on improving that time even more. But that was just after that 1 month of 20-mile training, no speed work, and I was able to accomplish that. I was like so psyched when I was able to do that. But right now, I'm still building my aerobic base. Yesterday, I ran about 6 miles, and then I walked like 2 miles. And the first 3 miles, I was at a pace around 7 minutes and 58 seconds, which was pretty good, which was really good actually. And I'm not on a track when I'm doing this. I'm kind of just running off trail, when I'm doing these runs. So if I'm on an actual track, I'm sure my time would be a lot faster. But I think training outside, not on a track, is really good for building strength and resilience in your body. And I would recommend training outside, not just on a track. But the track is better for your body because the track's going to be better on your joints. So you're going to be able to recover more effectively if you are running on a track or practicing running on a track. But yeah, guys, those are my tips and my recommendations for improving your 1.5 mile time to a 9 minute mile time. I'm not the fastest 1.5 mile time, so this is like just good information for people who, they have decent endurance, but they weren't, endurance athletes, right? So peace out, guys. If you got some value, subscribe and like this video, and I'll start posting more content. Hi, bye. Have a good one.